ladies and gentlemen and audio designers, we're going to do part 4 of my song. We're going to finish this thing up. All right, so we got to know the difference between a song file and a project file. Project file is not a song file. You can only listen to it in Cakewalk if all the assets can be found. All right, so what am I talking about? I'm talking about this. So let's say here is my song, okay? And here are the assets. Here's the project file. This is a Cakewalk project. If I were to give this to somebody and to say, oh, listen to my song, well, if they couldn't even open this unless they had Cakewalk, right? And even if they had Cakewalk and opened it, they couldn't listen to it unless they had all of the assets that went with it. So you'd have to have all the waves, all of the loops, all of the MIDI files that went with it, okay? So what are we going to do to where we can actually use that song that we made? Well, we're going to have to save it as an MP3. So we're going to have to render it or export the project as an MP3, and then it's in a format that everybody can listen to, that you can actually add to a video. So write this down, and you notice everything in red. The project is processing all the assets when you preview or export it. All right, what does that mean? It means you have your project. When you click on it, it opens it up into Cakewalk, and when you hit play to listen to it, it's actually finding all of these loops and songs from YouTube and sound effects in the assets folder, and it's kind of like, oh, we better play that loop. Oh, we got to replay that again. Oh, there's a MIDI file. We're gonna. Oh, what did they want? Oh, they wanted it to sound like a piano. Okay, so we'll play that MIDI. So that's why sometimes when you hit play, sometimes it goes fast, but sometimes when you hit play, it actually lags because it's not actually just playing a finished song. It's actually having to think about it and figure that all out. And like, oh, we got to replay this loop. Oh, we got to turn that MIDI into a piano. We got to turn that particular MIDI into a drum beat. So anyway, so that's why sometimes it is slow. The other thing that can also be slow is when you export it. So for example, with this project, when we're done with it, we would export it as an audio file, and we're going to choose the best thing is to do it as a something went wrong. Hold on real quick. So what we're going to do is we've got to give it a good name. And so we're going to save it in, like, right there in our project. So we'd go to Computer, we'd go to B. Miller, we'd go to Creative Computer, we would go to Audio Design, we'd go to My Song, and then this is for this one. Okay, and we'd give it a good name. So this is going to be My Song Test, just because it's a test of it. All right, and so we don't want it as a wave. That's a big old file. So a better compressed version is going to be an MP3. So smaller file, you're going to lose a little quality, but it's worth it because it's a lot smaller of a file. And then you're going to hit export. Okay, and sometimes this takes a long. When I do this, sometimes it takes a long time. And on this, I'm just going to hit OK. So you're seeing it's taking some time to do it because it has to do just what I said. It has to take all those different files, MIDIs and stuff, and then it actually has to convert it into an audio file. Okay, so make sure you actually do that. So when you're done with your project, make sure you render it, that's just a word for what we're doing. You're going to export it as an MP3. All right, so to finish up, here's what you need to have for your finished project. Create a project and save it correctly in your audio design folder. Okay, so here's some options. Add a song, add a sound effect from Audacity, add loops, add MIDI files to your assets folder. You should definitely do some of these things. If you don't do all of them, it'll probably be okay as long as the quality is good. Make sure you have added in a song from SoundCloud or YouTube or from anywhere. Add in your sound effect, add in a MIDI track. And then at the end, render it or export it as an MP3. All right, so after you do all that, make sure that you go on to the next part, which is uploading your song to YouTube or SoundCloud after you turn it into a video. So you're going to take that song, add it to a video with one picture in it, and then upload it to YouTube. That's it. Thanks, guys.